Here with Cassandra. It's time for another Big Brother Canada 5 interview. Cassandra, I can't believe I'm talking to you so soon.
Why so soon?
I don't
What
know.
happened?
I don't know. Well, I was
You
going to ask you
watched.
that. What went wrong? What went wrong?
What went wrong? I think, coming in as a returning player, there was 8 of us. We all had targets on our backs. We all played amazing seasons. That's why we were asked to come back, which I'm so grateful for. But I guess I'm thinking because my season was so fresh, I'm still in people's minds. And people came in with this idea of who I was, of being the Black Widow and being a master manipulator, which I just think is great communication skills, but whatever. And they kind of forgot the part where I was also loyal to Tim and Joel in my season. And I was looking for that loyalty so badly on this season. And I found that with Gary. And Gary campaigned for me really hard this week. But it just wasn't soon enough. Like, it wasn't quick enough, that loyalty, because this game was in turbo drive really quick. Everyone walked in, it was like an end of a game at week 1, and everyone was playing so hard. And yeah, I just couldn't, run with the big dogs, I guess.
When the cast was first announced and we saw that the vets were coming back, everybody, myself included, thought that the vets would just team up. Like, it was pretty automatic. Why didn't that happen?
You know what? That was the initial plan, to team up. When I walked in the house, I was like, okay, let's work together, team vets. And I was 100% for it. Like, I idolized all these players that were in the house with me, and I wanted to work with them 110%. But I quickly saw, wait, these people are just saying they want to work with me, and they're in rooms whispering. I walk in, they wouldn't include me in any of the conversations, and I was very visibly on the outs. And the only 2 relationships that I could build with the other returning players were Gary and Dallas. So those were my 2 guys. And then I also formed relationships with the newbies, because this game's all about numbers, and you need to move forward each week having numbers in your corner.
Everybody kind of wanted to see you and Netta team up, like these 2 powerful women from Big Brother Canada. Why didn't that happen?
I wish that could have happened. Even going into my season last season, I was like, I want to play like Netta. Like, I was such a fan of hers. And when I walked in and saw that she was in the house, that was my number one thing. I wanted to work with Netta so badly. And because I respected her game, and I think we could have just been a powerhouse together. I tried to build a relationship with her, and she just wasn't having it. She was not wanting to work with me in this game. And then she got the power, where she's safe until jury, where she is capable of making big moves without any instant repercussions or any instant, no backlash on that move. So
Do you think that's what it had something to do with that?
Part to that, because this is a move I think she would have made later in the game of getting me out. And also the fact that, she saw me as a threat, but instead of, I think I saw her as obviously a great gamer, but I didn't see her as a threat. I saw her as someone I want to work with. I wanted to make her an ally. And I guess she just saw me as a threat and wanted to take this opportunity that she's been given, with that power, and also being HOH, to take out a big player, maybe to build her resume. Because also in this time, okay, people can easily say about her, you just got, given, a free pass to jury. What did you do? So I think she's trying to build her resume right now, and that might be part of why she came after me, someone who's viewed as a very strong player. Who can never win competitions.
When you did that eviction speech, she seemed to sort of make some comments, what did you think about that?
You know what? I get it's, at the end of the day, it's a game. Like, I walk out and, it was fun. Like, I did what I could do. And I know tensions get high in the house, and cut off from your family, and there's so much going on. And I think that is maybe something that she will look back on and regret, just because, you don't kick someone when you're down. It is a game, and, I'm about to walk out the door now. Like, let me go. And, you don't have to laugh at my eviction speech. And, I wouldn't have personally done that, but, that's why I kind of said as I walked out, keep it classy. It's a game. And, hopefully I'm sure we'll all be good once we're all out. And
is there any part of you that sort of regrets not sort of tightening up that connection with the vets? You always seem kind of like you were on the outside of that group.
You know what? I was always on the outside, and I tried to tighten it up with the vets, but they were not having it, and they would lie straight to my face. Like, Bruno, I know you're with Dylan and Emily. Don't lie to me, And I think the vets saw, like, because everything's on my face. I can't hide it. Like, I tried to be like, oh, yeah. But they knew that I was on to them and what they were doing. And instead of incorporating me, I'm like, can you just let me know what you're doing? Like, I want to work with you guys. I kept saying, I want to work with you guys. And they just weren't having it. They were too, I don't know, they just thought I wasn't trustworthy. And I think I'm very trustworthy.
I want to talk a little bit about campaign strategy. Like obviously when you're on the block, the strategy is to kind of like, for lack of a better term, throw other people under the bus.
Yeah.
But when you do that, you risk them getting together and saying, well, what did she say about me? What did she say about you? What is an effective way to sort of campaign when you're on the block?
I think for me, I've always had great people on my side. So this season it was Gary and I also had Dre, and they did a lot of campaigning for me. They went out and they did a lot of campaigning on their own, which kind of for them could create a target on their backs moving forward, which I think it did a little bit. However, I let them do that, plant the seeds, and then I go back after they have done planting those seeds and kind of let it brew, let grow it out, and hopefully convince the person that I'm talking to try and keep me in the house. And it's so funny this season that there is a clear divide. There's a line in the sand and nobody's ready to put their hand up and say, I am on this side. I'm working with these people, because I think there's a lot of fear of, well, who's going to win HOH next week? What if it's on the other side? At least right now I'm kind of safe and cozy and pretending I'm good with them, even though I would turn against them in a second. So there's that where nobody wants to show where they stand. That's why the votes have been, 11-0, and the week before with Dallas 12-0.
I want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Dmitri. Like you guys seem like you had it in control first week, right? You helping him helping you, and then he kind of moved over to Ika's side. What happened with that relationship?
Well, my relationship with Dmitri. I mean, Ika and Dmitri are just friends. Like they're kind of like Tim and I last season. But I don't know how to answer this question. I'm sorry. No, no, we were more game level, and I think they're growing more of a friendship.
Yeah.
In the house, which is great to have. And their relationship, I really enjoy watching it because it kind of reminds me of Tim and myself last season. Yeah.
Did you miss Tim?
I did miss Tim. Oh, I don't want to give him any more life. Tim, stop stealing my thunder. No, but I loved him, and I loved Joel last season as well. Like, I had two great relationships in the house and two people that I knew were loyal to me and I was loyal to them. And I found that in Gary this season, but it just wasn't enough. Like I needed more, but that takes time. And this season's so different from any other. It's Big Brother on steroids. Like the amount of game that has been played in these past 3 weeks is just through the roof. And I'm so excited to be on the other side this year. Obviously I wanted to win. Like let's not get it twisted, but it'll be fun to go back home and be a part of all the action, to see all the excitement on social media while it's actually happening.
And we're almost done. One of the things that I really liked about the season was that one scene where like you were talking to Ika and she's like, you don't have the votes to stay. And you're like, I don't have the votes to stay. And then you wink. Like at that point, did you still think you were safe? And when did you realize you weren't?
You know what? I play hard. I'm a fighter. I'm not going to give up until I'm walking out that door. And that's what I did. I was in denial. I'm like, I know I'm sane. There's nothing that'll get me off that path. If I want something, I will do everything in my power to get it. And there's nothing you could say or do to stop me. I will get it. If I need to bring out the crocodile tears, if I need to blow up this house, I will do that to stay in this house. So you can tell me I don't have votes, but I'm going to continue to fight for them. And that's what that conversation, I think, was. Yeah, but I love Ika's hilarious. And
did these guys just not like Big Brother Canada 4 Dallas last week, now you?
Well, that's what it's looking like. No, no, I'm joking. No, I think we're all fans of each other. And I think for Dallas and I, it's just that we were fresh in people's minds still. Mm-hmm. And it's funny that Dallas and myself were so different, completely different players, but we're the same in the sense that we're both blunt. Like, where we stand. And we're going to be loyal to the people that we're loyal to and the people that are loyal to us. But I have just a bit of a softer tactic of, doing the strategy behind it. And he's just, this is what I'm doing and out there. But it's funny how we went back-to-back weeks.
And my final question is this, like, I asked this to all players from like different shows when they come back. When you come back and you've had so much success the first time and you come back, is there any risk of like sort of like ruining the legacy of Cassandra? Like, was that ever a thought, or was it just like, I want to come back and play?
No, it was just, I wanted to come back to play. But really, actually, the driving force, what drove me back was when I was in the house last season, I was so fearful of, what does Canada think of me? Like, do they like me? Do they hate me? And everyone in the house called me a liar and manipulator, and didn't change this season. But when I came out last season and saw all of the positive feedback from Canada, like all the people that, could relate to me and supported me and really rooted for me throughout the season, that was the best feeling in the world. Like when I went across Canada and met young people that said they looked like they could relate to me and that I showed them how to be confident within themselves. That was the best feeling. That's what I came back for this season. That's what drove me to come back, because I wanted that again. And so I came back for everyone that rooted for me last season and to have fun. You can't say no to Big Brother Canada. For me, I'm lucky enough that it was a twice in a lifetime. So I'm very happy with how it all worked out.
And finally, what's next for you?
What's next? Oh, I'm going back to Winnipeg. I have a wonderful career there. And then maybe I'll try to get it on your television again. Who knows? We'll see.
There's always Big Brother Canada 6.
Right, I know. But the trend has been going 3 times the charm.
Amazing. Cassandra, thank you so much. Yes.